Did you know there's a place in India where the shadows disappear at noon? Like poof, gone. 1 minute you're walking down the street, casting that cool, long, dramatic shadow, and the next, you're just vertically lit. It's wild. Or that a centuries-old tradition of hand-painting fabric with a bamboo pen and vegetable dyes still shapes the world's fashion runways. We're talking about an ancient art form that dictates what ends up in Zara and H&M. It's the kind of deep-cut cultural influence that most people completely miss. We all have this picture of India, right? Taj Mahal, spicy food, Bollywood dance numbers. And look, that's all great. But that's like saying America is just Hollywood, hamburgers and student debt. It's barely scratching the surface. The real India, the one that operates just beneath the headlines, is a labyrinth of mind-bending secrets, living history, and stories so wild you'd think they were made up. But they're not. They're real, and they're happening right now. So forget the travel brochures and the curated Instagram posts. All right, let's get right into it. Imagine you're standing outside on a hot day. The sun is directly overhead. You look down, expecting a shadow, but there's nothing there. It's just gone. You haven't been vaporized. You haven't ascended to a higher plane of existence. You've just experienced zero shadow day. This isn't some sci-fi plot. It's a real astronomical event. It happens twice a year, in parts of India, between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. For a few minutes, the sun hits absolute zenith, exactly 90 degrees overhead, and vertical objects cast no shadow. It's a perfect alignment of you, the ground, and the giant ball of fire, the sun. So how does the trick work? It's all about Earth's tilt. The planet is tilted about 23.5 degrees. As we orbit, that tilt shifts the sun's direct rays up and down between the tropics. Most places, New York, London, are too far north. The sun is never perfectly overhead. But places like Ujjain and Bangalore do get this phenomenon. People treat it like an event. Schools bring kids to watch pencils. Bottles stand without shadows. Scientists set up experiments. It becomes a community moment of wonder. Even today, the oldest clock, the sky, can stop us in our tracks. Your shadow will come back, don't worry. But for a fleeting moment, you feel perfectly in line with the sun. Okay, so we've talked about disappearing shadows. Now let's talk about bridges that are literally alive. In the misty, rain-soaked hills of Meghalaya, in India's northeast, the local Khasi and Jaintia tribes have been practicing a form of bioengineering for over 500 years that makes modern architecture look lazy. Forget steel, forget concrete, forget those weird IKEA instructions. Here, they grow their bridges. They take the aerial roots of the Ficus elastica, or rubber fig tree, and guide them across rivers and ravines using hollowed-out bamboo scaffolds. This isn't a quick process. It's a multi-generational commitment. A single living root bridge can take 15 to 30 years to become fully functional. It's like nature's 3D printer, but the filament is alive and the project timeline is whenever it's ready. Unlike concrete bridges that crumble and decay, these living root bridges get stronger over time. They are self-repairing. As the tree grows, the bridge becomes more robust, capable of holding dozens of people at once, withstanding heavy monsoons. These aren't just pathways. They are living, breathing monuments to patience, sustainability, and a profound understanding of the natural world. We all know what rain is: a little drizzle, a downpour, maybe a thunderstorm. But do you know what relentless looks like? To understand that, go to Mawson Ram. This place holds the Guinness World Record for the highest average annual rainfall on Earth, 11,872 millimeters per year. London, about 600. Seattle, about 950. Mawson Ram, more than 10 times that. Constant dampness rusts, rots, and brings mold. People even use thick layers of grass on roofs to deaden the rain's roar. Forget umbrellas. Instead, locals perfected the nup, a full-body turtle shell-shaped shield woven from bamboo and banana leaves. Warm, moist winds sweep north, hit the Khasi Hills, rise, cool, condense, and dump everything on moss and ram. A meteorological bullseye. Chapter 4. Long before billionaires started building their fancy doomsday bunkers, people in Gujarat and Rajasthan perfected incredible underground structures, not for apocalypse, but for summer. I'm talking about stepwells, or baoris, massive inverted pyramids with intricate staircases leading down to water. Part water source, part community center, part subterranean temple. They provided reliable groundwater access and a natural air conditioning system, up to 6 degrees cooler below. Stepwells like Rani Ki Vav are underground art galleries carved with thousands of deities and myths. They were the heart of community life, especially for women, a place to socialize, to pray, to escape the sun. Many have fallen into disuse, but they remain breathtaking reminders of engineering, art, and community carved into earth. Chapter 5. Tucked away in the misty hills of Coorg in Karnataka, there's a community that breaks stereotypes. Meet the Kodava people, a distinct ethno-linguistic group with unique culture, language, and traditions, known for a martial history and fierce independence. They can legally own firearms without a license, a British-granted privilege recognizing their military service. Guns are central, a gunshot at birth, volleys at weddings, festivals venerating arms. Family named through the ancestral house. Women inherit property, manage estates, even trained historically in warfare. Fiercely proud, land-connected major coffee producers, a small pocket of India with its own ancient rules. Chapter 6. Let's talk about family. Maybe you have a big family, a few siblings, tons of cousins, chaotic holiday dinners. Now multiply that chaos by about 1,000. Remote Mizoram. A man named Ziona Chana led what's widely called the world's largest family until his passing in 2021. One man, 39 wives, 94 children, dozens of grandchildren, all under one roof. Chwanthar Run. House of the New Generation. Running this place is military scale. Dinner needs 30 chickens, 130 pounds of potatoes, 220 pounds of rice. Wives cook in giant vats. Daughters clean. Sons manage farm and livestock. There's a rota keeping order. They have their own school, their own workshop, their own vegetable garden, self-sufficient. Ziona led a Christian sect, Chana Powell, founded by his grandfather. The sect practices polygamy. He married women from poor families and provided for them. First wife Zathiangi organizes chores. Ziona has passed, but the family still lives together, a sprawling microcosm of faith and logistics. Countries really love their national symbols. The United States has the bald eagle. Canada has the maple leaf. But India, in its classic extra is more fashion, took it to a whole new level. It is the only country in the world to have officially designated a national fruit, a national flower, a national animal, a national bird, and a national river. Each is steeped in symbolism: tiger for power and conservation, peacock for beauty and pride, lotus for purity and enlightenment, mango for abundance, and the Ganga, a lifeline and goddess, designated to honor and protect a sacred yet polluted river. Together they form a tapestry, a national identity that is at once wild, beautiful, spiritual, and deeply connected to the land. India is a land of incredible diversity, a place where cultures have collided and blended for millennia. In parts of Gujarat, Karnataka, and Hyderabad lives the Siddi community, descendants of Bantu peoples from Southeast Africa. Brought as merchants, sailors, and slaves by Portuguese and Arab traders, starting as early as the 7th century. Over centuries, they integrated while preserving a cultural bridge, vibrant music and dance like the Goma, carrying echoes of Africa. Perhaps most fragile is their language, a Creole blending Gujarati, Swahili, and Bantu tongues. Sometimes called City Basha, it's now critically endangered. Only a handful of elders speak it fluently. Younger cities use Gujarati or local languages. There's a race to document it before it disappears. The city story reminds us India's diversity isn't just homegrown. It's global, a mosaic of migration, trade, and resilience. There are old cities, and then there is Varanasi, a city that makes Rome look like a new development, and Athens like a recent startup. On the banks of the Ganges, Varanasi, Kashi, Benares, is considered the oldest continuously inhabited city in the world. Mark Twain said, "Benares is older than history, older than tradition, older even than legend, and looks twice as old as all of them put together." The city's existence revolves around the Ganges, life and death, with beliefs of moksha for those whose ashes meet the river. Walking its alleys is stepping into another millennium. Incense, bells, prayer, and commerce in a ceaseless weave. Chaotic, yet profoundly spiritual, its refusal to die, absorbing centuries while holding its core, makes Varanasi a living testament to enduring faith. Every year during the Onam festival in Kerala, something wild happens. The streets of Thrissur are taken over by tigers, not real tigers, but just as ferocious and far more colorful. This is Pulakali, Play of the Tigers. Hundreds, including women, spend up to 8 hours getting meticulously painted, don masks and bells, then dance to drums. The potbellies? They make the tiger face more expressive and hilarious. Said to start with a Maharaja 2 centuries ago, it's now a citywide contest, best painted tiger and best performance. The city stops to watch tigers shake, roar, and entertain. Surreal, vibrant, slightly bizarre, pure Caroline joy. Okay, let's get a little weird. There's a nut so large, so rare, and so anatomically suggestive, it fueled legends for centuries, the coco de mer. The largest seed in the plant kingdom, up to 40 pounds, taking years to germinate. For centuries, these seeds washed onto Indian shores and beyond. Sailors thought they grew on underwater trees. Coco de mer, coconut of the sea. Considered sacred, prized as aphrodisiacs, often reserved for royalty. In the 18th century, its home was found, Seychelles, yet washed-up seeds fed Indian folklore and traditional medicine for ages. Today it's protected and a national symbol of Seychelles, a botanical marvel, proof nature's weirdness can cross oceans and centuries. Think back to your high school. Maybe 1,000? 2,000? Now imagine 55,000. The City Montessori School in Lucknow holds the Guinness World Record. More students than the entire population of Monaco. Not one giant building. A network of over 20 campuses under a single philosophy. Founded in 1959 by Jagdish and Bharti Gandhi, with 5 students and a borrowed 300 rupees, built on world peace. Motto Jai Jagat, Hail the World. Curriculum infuses global citizenship, tolerance, and service. Over 4,500 staff, thousands of teachers, house systems, huge extracurriculars, and international events bringing students to Lucknow. A record holder and an experiment in values-based education at scale. Every country has national holidays, but India celebrates weaving, National Handloom Day on August 7th. Chosen to commemorate the 1905 Swadeshi movement. Boycott British goods, embrace Indian-made khadi. Exhibitions, workshops, fashion shows, policies, and social media celebrate millions of rural weavers keeping an ancient craft alive. Heritage not just for museums, it's worn, used, and cherished every day. High in Himachal's Chail sits the world's highest cricket ground, 2,444 meters up. Built in 1893 by Maharaja Bhupinder Singh after Shimla banishment, he carved his own summer capital and ground in the clouds. Thin air makes the ball fly and lungs burn. A different ball game. Maintained by the Indian Army and used by the military school, a quirky monument to a nation's favorite game. So there you have it. From shadows that vanish, to bridges that live, from a school the size of a city, to a language that holds the secret of a continent. India isn't just a country. It's a collection of a million incredible stories, the ancient and the modern, the bizarre and the beautiful, all in a vibrant dance. We've gone from the rain-soaked northeast to the arid west, and we've barely scratched the surface. Behind every headline is ingenuity, tradition, and survival.